before we get to the break, one more title for you folks here in the MCU. Marvel Cinematic Universe. We are on the season finale, season 1 of the first show that is animated in the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's called What If? The Watcher comes in. He tells you about all these new realities that exist, different versions of your favorite MCU characters, living different versions of their lives. And this is the big climax, folks. In the last episode, episode 8, what if Ultron won? I'll tell you the answer to that question. Episode 9, what if the Watcher broke his oath? So you want to know what goes down when Ultron wins, gets his body, and gets a hold of every Infinity Stone? Spoiler alert right now for the episode 9, this epic conclusion, a mini Avengers event. Holy shit, the best finale you could have hoped for when we first heard about this show 2 years ago. No idea what to expect. When Kevin Feige was up on that stage at Comic-Con San Diego, like 2019 or 18, saying what if, and I'm going, what would that be like? It blew my mind. It went totally different route. It got so big, so multiversal huge. I absolutely loved the big series finale. Andy, I can't wait to hear about it. I'm going to give it up for it real quick.
Well deserved.
Got to nerd out a little bit, man. It's pretty awesome. Tell me what you thought of this.
These last two, like you just called this like an Avengers level event. Like that's exactly what it was. Like if we saw this in live action, it would be so cool.
Oh my gosh.
But like it also was so great exactly how it was.
Looks great. Looked great. Sounded great. Like it feels more than a cartoon.
No, I didn't at first. The first few episodes, I was like getting used to it. I think, I don't know. It just this Ultron just killed it. They knocked it out of the park. When he was on screen, I just kind of like, even though it was like not live action, I kind of felt like it was.
You could feel it.
Yeah. The stakes
were high. Let's get into it. Episode 8 ends, right? Spoiler alert, we already gave it. The Watcher has decided he cannot defeat Ultron himself. Ultron's too powerful. He has all 6 Infinity Stones. He's figured out about the multiverse, and he's on the hunt to kill the Watcher. Watcher goes and gets, at the end of the episode, Dr. Stephen Strange, this Strange Supreme, from episode 4, I think. And in this episode, it picks right back up. Time to scoop up all the heroes that you've met this season. That's right, Star-Lord T'Challa. He's facing off on on his Earth, about to save the day from Ego. You know, all the cliffhangers get a little bit of a payoff. Did you notice that?
Dairy Queen.
You get the Dairy Queen. It's back. Chris Pratt. It's not Chris Pratt. Peter Quill is there. He's not Star-Lord. T'Challa is, but he saves him, blows up Ego. Watcher comes in, says, T'Challa, Star-Lord, you've been chosen. Goes and gets Peggy Carter from the first episode. He already picked up Stephen Strange, the Dark Strange Supreme. He gets the Thor from the Thor party world. Thor's back there fighting off Ultron droids from that season finale. And he picks up Black Widow because they go to the world where the Black Widow and Clint were from, with where the Ultron came from, essentially.
Yep.
Who else they get in there? There's one more.
Killmonger from Tony Stark.
Yeah, when Killmonger's killed Tony Stark, tricked his way into Wakanda. You come back, what's happened? Pepper Potts and Shuri, T'Challa's sister, they are on the hunt for Killmonger. They're about to like get him, essentially. Which, I mean, I think whenever he gets sent back, you know, he'd probably be taken away. But we'll talk about what happens in the end.
Yeah.
He's assembled an army. He's assembled a team, really. And the Watcher brings them all to a bar out of time, like a pub. And the pub is the pub from Captain America, the First Avenger. If you could tell, there's a picture of Steve in there. They like built this, like it looks exactly the same as the movie. It's awesome. And it's very straightforward and to the point. The Watcher says, listen, I've pulled you all from your own multiverses. And they're like, oh, the multiverse is real. And we have to face off against a villain that has all the Infinity Stones, Ultron, and he has the power to destroy all your realities. And we're going to go do it. And he gives them the name, the Guardians of the Multiverse. What'd you think of that?
So dope. Do we forget Gamora?
Oh, of course. And the star of I think that's why I forgot. The star of the episode, the first time we get her, maybe the coolest scene of the movie.
And that's one that we had not seen prior.
Hadn't seen her at all yet. And where do we find her? On her world. Guess where she was? She was an escapee of Sakaar. So she was on Sakaar for a while. She escapes, She takes down Thanos with, it looks like, the help of who? Tony Stark. Tony Stark is there in a space junker Iron Man suit.
That episode is coming in season 2, FYI.
How do you know that?
I saw it on Twitter. Unfortunately, I don't remember the source.
It's got to be
I've
real.
seen people talking about it a lot. Like,
I asked because I'm excited.
Yeah, I love it.
Maybe the best part of the episode, right? Like, you got this Iron Man and this Gamora. What are they doing? They're melting down the Infinity Gauntlet. And she's got the full Thanos armor on. She's got the Thanos sword. And Tony's there like, hey, I've been thinking we need to put a armor around the world, an armor around the universe, actually. And I'm just going, oh my God, this guy's about to do it again.
I know. And the Watcher's like, not you, Stark.
Not you. Gamora, you're with me. So yes, Gamora comes and she's definitely key in helping destroy this Ultron. So we come in and there's no messing around. 80% of the episode is the fight scene, and of epic proportions, I'd say. Just to do some big stuff here. You got Doctor Strange Supreme basically doing a protective spell on all of them. So like they're all like, they can all take massive blows. And Ultron comes in and he's like, you guys are usually a lot easier to kill.
Yeah.
But he's still trying to do it. He's got all the Infinity Stones. I think part of what makes it feel real are those sounds. You got to really get up for the audio.
I 100% agree.
Like
that sound is. I rewound it today earlier because I was like, I want to hear that sound.
When they have all the stones activate, right? It's like you can just feel it. Like vibrate.
You got to get that
as a sound. Like get some of these going. Okay, I like it.
Like when we have good ideas, then we just power up.
We use the Infinity Stones to power up because it sounded just like the movie. Just like when Thanos does it. And it's an epic fight scene of like, you get Strange Supreme doing his full on thing, letting his monsters out of him.
Dragons flying everywhere.
Dragons flying and snakes that come up and grab Ultron and like shrink him down. And Thor bringing all the lightning.
Thor's hammer being like multiplied by Doctor Strange into like 50 hammers.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
Insane.
Yeah, there's just 50 hammers in the sky and they're all just getting him.
God.
They're just trying to separate the stones from him, really is the goal at the end of the day. They make it happen at one point. They get the soul stone from him. So they get that for a minute.
Sticky fingers.
Oh, sticky fingers. Yeah, that was T'Challa's Star-Lord.
Yeah.
This is Chadwick Boseman. This will be the last time, folks. He did a great job again, of course. Peggy Carter doing her thing. She's got the real shield. You see the Black Widow at one point has the Red Guardian shield. And I don't know if you saw this, but when the blast was happening and the spell was starting to wear down, the vibranium shield, fine. That Red Guardian just crumbles.
Yes,
it just crumbles. It's like, that's steel or aluminum or whatever.
That's fair.
You get the Black Widow with we're gonna get it soon, but she has the secret weapon on hand. Go ahead.
Zombie Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah, the Watcher, like at the last minute, like he decides to bring in the zombies, and Thor's like, "Oh, zombies, good idea." And he's like, "No, it's what I brought with them." Yeah, Scarlet Witch doing her thing. Doesn't really do that great, honestly. She's like, "Oh boy, you're pretty powerful."
Yeah, they basically just use all of their powers together just to hold him down and get the stones right off of his chest.
Yeah, what's that thing? The Stone Crusher?
Yeah.
And she's like, "This destroys the stones." I was like, "This has got to be straight out of the comics." Like they just bring this like basically like a pasta maker looking thing and grind up they hold him down. It's very much like when the Avengers held down Thanos. It takes every single bit of them to hold this guy down and keep the spell down. They're all blasting him, and the grinder doesn't work on the stones because they're from a different universe. First time that like that's mattered.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of cool seeing 2 time stones because Doctor Strange had his time stone and he used it during the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought that was kind of cool that there were like 2 in the same place. Really getting to the end. I don't want to like miss some of the the epic fight scenes. Is there any other giant big parts that you really wanted to call out? I'm trying to think of what, like, it's pretty straightforward, but like it's kind of hard to explain. Because it's just like cosmically epic. Yeah,
it was just like you just have to see it to believe it.
Like,
you do. I watched it 3 times. It was beautiful. Like the last episode was so cool.
Oh
like
God.
the art was just unreal. Like this scene right here. Like I would
get a poster,
print that out and put that in a poster.
Get
in
it in
my
the
house.
studio. You're so right, man. Epic proportions, looks amazing. Well, it comes down to the end. Here we go. Okay, we figure out exactly how we're gonna take these stones away. How? Well, like I said, Natasha Romanoff has the secret weapon, the arrow from the last episode. and her and Peggy Carter essentially take down Ultron. Peggy Carter jumps on his back, pulls the face shield up as the arrow is shot. Really nice moment. She says, "This is for you, Clint," and goes into his eye. And Dr. Zola is back. Again, takes over. The stones come out. And what do you know? You knew it. Killmonger playing his same old game. All right. They get the stones all the way out. Ultron is defeated. He's totally dead. They have done it. But Killmonger decides, I'm going to keep the stones for myself. How am I going to do this? I've rigged a Ultron helmet for me to use his armor now. He gets all the armor on him. He gets the stones. And the Guardians of the Multiverse are all like, Jesus, this guy just turned on us and he's going to kill us, until Zola stands up in the Ultron body. He's got the Zola face on his chest. Apparently this is straight out of the comics.
And I guessed that too. I was like, what's happening?
And he goes, "Hello, I'm here, I'm alive." And he's like, he goes, "That's actually my armor. That belongs to me." And he brings all the armor off of Killmonger, and he gets the stones suspended in midair. And they're both reaching for it, and the energy's just going. It's exploding. It's going exponentially. What does Doctor Strange do? Within a moment, he shrinks them. Or was this the Watcher? Combination of, was it the Watcher? Or was it Strange? I think it was Strange.
Strange.
Brings them down into basically like a prison like he was in, and freezes them kind of in time.
Like a pocket dimension or
like
something.
A pocket dimension. And he's like, "I got him." And the Watcher says, "You're going to have to watch him." And he goes, "I will." And I guess that's just it. He's just going to be in his own little prison watching this. So probably a story for another day, right? You got this Killmonger and this Ultron with Zola's body in it fighting over the stones. Well, they're just in a prison. So like they'll come back at some point.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know though. I mean, I think they want to have all new stories going forward, but there could be.
Well, yeah, but I feel like there's a lot of continuity. Like you just said, we're gonna get this Iron Man episode probably. Like it's just like they do with everything, right? You met, Spider-Man in Civil War, but look at everything now. Wanda got WandaVision. Like that's how they do it. They just trickle it in. Okay, well this will be an episode maybe one day. Who knows?
There could be full-on spin-offs of What If shows.
Infinite.
We talked about they're putting all the money into their
animation
studio. So yeah, that's very likely.
Let's get into the fun stuff here at the end. Like some big fun endings. You get the Watcher basically saying, "Kudos team, you've done it. You beat Ultron, and here's the kind of weird part. You're going to go back to your reality. No one's going to know that you did this. It's going to be like you get dropped right back in, right?" So Thor goes back. Everybody goes back, essentially, except for, obviously, Killmonger's in prison. Peggy Carter, she asks if she can kind of do what Steve did in Endgame, right? She's like, "Can I have my happy ending?" But he basically tells her no. He's like, "Your world needs you. Like, you need to be there." So she goes back. Meets up with her widow, and they did an end credit scene, but like it was fine. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll save it. We get Black Widow from the Earth with no people. She's like, I'm not going back to that Earth because there's no one there.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, so where's he send her? To the Earth where the Avengers all got killed except for Captain America and Captain Marvel. And she gets to show up and just fight with them. How cool was that?
I enjoyed that very much.
Oh,
because it didn't hit me till after. I was like, oh wait, that's the one that she went to. That makes perfect sense.
Where Hank Pym killed all the Avengers.
Because even Nick Fury's like, what?
I thought he's like, I have a feeling that you're okay, something like that.
Because in my head I was like, wait, is that the movie universe? Because she's just died, and then I was like, that doesn't make sense.
No, but this is where I want to get into like big picture thinking and stuff. It's like, again, this is all the MCU, all right, so the end credit scene. Anything else in the episode?
I don't think so. You crushed it again.
Oh, well, that one's an easy one because it was so much fun. Very easy to remember what happened because I've already seen it 3 times. End credit scene, Peggy Carter, Black Widow, basically like a version of the Winter Soldier where, you got Peggy instead of Cap. It's awesome. Like you get the same ship where she fights off against the French guy. That's like a really good fighter. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, Barlow
Batroc the Leaper.
Batroc the Leaper. That's right. Yep, that's right.
What's that guy's name?
I think it was actually him, the voice too.
Yeah, it was. It was
It doesn't matter. It's fine. He's in there. It's pretty cool. Scarlett Johansson or Black Widow. Natasha says, you're going to want to see this. Takes her back to a shipping container. This is like a Hydra ship. What's in there? Oh, what do they call it? Oh, the Hydra
Stomper.
Hydra Stomper. Not the Hulk Buster, but the Hydra Stomper. And she's like, guess who's in it? Or something like that. And I guess little Steve's going to be in there.
I guess. Or Big Steve. You never know.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like, has he just been in, like, suspended animation or something for a while? Like, what's...
I have no clue, but I bet we'll find out next season. I think you're right.
We're going to get more little Steve.
Yeah.
All right. Before we talk about, like, not predictions,
Little
but just
Steve.
big picture thought, I'm just going to give it up for the series. Real quick.
Exactly. Trajectory just like...
Yeah, it wasn't like a bell curve, like kind of like we're dealing with Titans or like or just a straight down. It went straight up into the sky, into the multiverse. And man, I just feel like, I know it's animated, but I mean, they've said it before. This is canon. And I think it's so cool. They've told these stories in this way. What it means for the future, I don't really know, but I really enjoyed it. And I can't wait to see how season 2 plays a role. I think I would have liked for a little bit more direct, like, you know, a glimpse into like another movie, or like maybe with Spider-Man No Way Home or Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, we get like a glimpse into like another world that like is like animated for a minute. Like you just like see it for a minute, you know, there could be something like that. But either way, I hope it connects, but I can't wait for season 2. Hopefully, you know, maybe we can plan on this next year at some point. What If? So much fun. Andy, tell me about you. I think we should rate this series overall. We were doing them one at a time.
I know.
I think we've like let off on that because it got a little weird doing like each episode, but we should definitely rate the series.
I'm going to go with 3.3.
And I'm going to go with 3.35.
Copier. Oh, wait. Nope. You're different.
Yeah, just a little. Well, I was like, I like it a little bit more, I think. Just
Yeah.
a little bit. But what do you think about this thing? Obviously, you felt good about it.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm like, this, out of everything so far, though, this is probably the most rewatchable to me. I
Like
did
this
give it the
episode?
best rating. No, I mean,
The show.
out of the shows so far. Sorry. Yeah, the shows, I'd call this the most rewatchable. Like, I feel like I could go pick and choose a few episodes. Like, there's some I'd just skip, to be honest.
Yeah.
But like these last two impressed me so much to
Mhm.
where I'd watch them just for the Ultron, because that was just unreal.
Not James Spader.
You think we could see it we could see that in like the multiverse in real life, some MCU live action? You never know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the whole point of all
That's
this,
what-
right? Is right. Multiverse is like anything's possible.
Yeah, I've seen people like speculate, oh, we're going to see some of these characters in like the Doctor Strange movies because that'll be multiverse. And I could see that for sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Man, I want to see. And what have we heard too, right? We've heard that certain versions of these characters, certain characters in the show, could be live action one day.
Yeah.
I mean, you're totally spot on. Like, there's infinite ways that these guys could pop in to a show or a movie that you see in the future. It's a question of like, how do you do that, right? Because you gotta tell that the right way. But I mean, I'm sure they will.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of people that are like, I don't know who the heck that is, but I guess in the end, does it really matter?
Yeah.
It's a new character to them, so they'll enjoy it still, probably.
All right, man. Anything else on What If? Pretty good, huh?
I concur. I can't wait for season 2. I just think it's going to be a while because animation just takes so much longer.
That's it. I thought
Yeah.
it was a lot faster.
No, I think it's longer.
I think it depends on how they draw it,
Yeah.
but like you can do a lot of the voiceover stuff like remotely,
Yeah.
but who knows? All right, What If, man? That was the 20th MCU title. 9 episodes, 1 season. It's all on Disney Plus, and holy cow, it's worth the watch. It's worth the rewatch. Check it out. Keep it on your list. Comes in the order after Loki, just so you know. And if you want to hear some reviews on Loki, on What If, on any of the MCU titles, head over to mostlysuperheroes.com/MCU. Reviews, connections, explanation videos, and of course, that ever important watch order. So get over there and check it out. We can't wait to keep filling up that library for you. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it is time for the meat. Time to take a breath and talk about a 2002 hit. That's right, it's Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. Stick around. We'll be right back.